It's Stephanie here from Southern Charm Yoga, and I just want to go over some leg stretches today. So I've made a couple of videos. One was going through our basic warm-up, and the other was for some neck relief. So today I want to work on the legs, and it's possible that you guys haven't been out very much, so maybe you feel like, well, my legs really aren't that tired, they're really not fatigued. You'll be surprised how much better you'll feel after you get some leg stretches in, and it's also going to help relieve any kind of back pain that you might have been having. And so before we get into our leg stretches, I do want us to go through the warm-up, okay? So I have a video previously where we did the warm-up, so I want to kind of go through that today. We're not going to spend a whole lot of time on it, so if you have any questions about it, just kind of refer back to that first video. But so to get started, and again today, you don't need any props. You just have to have a chair to sit in. I got a nice little folding chair here, but if you're in your living room chair or even sitting on the couch, no worries. You can do all the stretches that you need to do in any kind of chair that you have, as long as your feet can touch the floor. And if you are in a wheelchair, you can keep your feet on your foot pegs. You can also take the feet up on your wheelchair and place your feet flat if that's something you feel comfortable doing. If you're in a wheelchair though, and you are strapped, I do want you to stay with your belt on through these stretches, okay? We don't wanna worry about you falling. We are gonna come forward, so I wanna make sure that you are secure. So if you're in a wheelchair and you use a seat belt, please secure that belt. That way you are good to go, okay? So let's get started. So we talked about our breathing. You want to try to match your breathing with your breath. So as you breathe in, we're going to bring the arms up. You're going to really reach out through those fingers, stretching through the arms. When we lift up to the mountain, it's a nice stretch. And when you exhale, you slowly bring the arms down. And if you're not quite breathing in the whole way, maybe you breathe in and then right about here you have to breathe out. That's okay. Then you just breathe in again, lifting up, and then exhaling down. You want to make sure your feet are nice and flat and that your knees are relaxed. So breathe in, come up to a mountain pose, and when you exhale, take it back into a little back bend. Relax into your chair or your cushion, stretch through your spine. As you breathe in, come up using your belly, reach, and as you exhale, arms down. Perfect. Breathing in, arms come up. As you exhale, take it back, little back bend. As you breathe in, come up and reach. Now we're gonna add our fold forward. So when you exhale, take the body down, reach behind you, holding onto the back of the chair and relaxing your upper body into your lap. I want you to let your spine stretch, okay? The first one's always tough. Now, if you're feeling super flexible, you might clasp your hands together and bring your arms up and over towards the back of your head. Take a big breath in and exhale out. Big breath in. As you exhale, bring your hands to your knees, and as you breathe in, roll up. But your roll up is all belly work, shoulders, then head. So your back sitting upright. Low back did not have to work to bring you up, your belly did, okay? So now I want you to hold your chair with your right hand. Inhale and bring your left arm up. And as you exhale, take that arm over your head, reaching just as far as you can over to the side. I want you to look up so that you're looking at your left elbow. Now I want you to keep your left hip pinned to the seat, okay? Don't raise up on your toes or your foot. Keep your left foot flat. So you're breathing in, and when you exhale, you're reaching farther. Really stretching, relax through your neck and through your right shoulder, okay? You've got the chair to hold on to. Big breath in, really feel that on that left side. And when you exhale, reach. And now breathe in, both arms up, and ooh, you really feel it in that right side. And when you exhale, arms come down. Perfect. Now hold your chair with the left hand. Inhale, bring your right arm up. As you exhale, take the arm over your head, looking up at the right elbow. Big breath in. And when you exhale, reach. I want you to really stretch, okay? Don't stay in one position. Move. move through the body, okay? Big breath in, really feeling it on the right side. And when you exhale, reach a little farther. Really stretch through the underarm, the ribs, and the hip. Now, as you breathe in, come up, both hands, and it's, a big feeling in the stomach. Exhale down. Perfect. So right here, you're gonna wanna run through that maybe 2 more times, okay? So we're gonna run through it 1 more time together, and then you can pause the video and roll through it 1 more time if you want, or you can rewind it. So let's breathe in, take the arms up to a mountain, exhaling back into a back bend, really reach and stretch. As you breathe in, come back up and reach. And as you exhale, fold forward, taking those hands behind you, holding on to the back of the chair or clasping your hands together, taking your big breath in. Exhaling out, stretching, reaching, big breath in. Exhale out, take your hands to your knees, and as you breathe in, roll up using your belly, shoulders, then head. Perfect. Holding the chair with the right hand, breathe in, left arm up. And as you exhale, take it over your head, reach and stretch, relax, take a big breath in. Exhale, reach. Big breath in. Exhale, reach. Now breathe in, both arms up. I want you to really feel this in that right side in your tummy as you lift, okay? And as you breathe out, arms come down. Perfect. Hold your chair with the left hand. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale it over your head. Looking up at the right elbow, pushing that right hip to the seat. Big breath in. Exhale, reach. Big breath in. Exhale, reach. Now, right here, breathe in, both arms up. And we exhale, arms down. Perfect. Okay, so if you want to run through that 1 more time, that'd be great. Just kind of focus on your breathing. And then from here, we're going to move on into some leg stretches. So for this, you're going to have to scoot up in your chair, okay? I want you to kind of come up to the edge of your seat. I want you to keep your rear end and the backs of your hamstrings in the chair. We're going to start with the right leg. So I want you to extend your right leg out so that your heel is on the floor and your toes are pointed up. So when we're away from the back of the chair, you have to sit up nice and tall, okay? You're going to use your stomach muscles to help hold you up. I want you to kind of be mindful of that. We don't want to be slouched, okay? You don't want to have the shoulders coming forward and the spine curved. You want to be sitting up nice and tall. I get a lot of feedback on this. A lot of times clients are like, that hurts my back. Well, it does because you're not used to using those muscles, okay? That's the only reason why, okay? So we're going to retrain. So you have to keep that upper back nice and straight, okay? You're using those back muscles to help take the heat off of that. Use the tummy, okay? It's kind of our weakest link, but it can handle it, okay? This is a whole lot better to use than this, okay? Because our spine is back here and we have to protect that. So that means using your core muscles, okay? And it will get easier, I promise. So to stretch the back of the leg, the hamstring, because that's where I want to start. So this is the back of your leg. You're keeping your back straight. I want you to breathe in and bring the arms up. Reach to a mountain. And when you exhale, bring the hands down. And I want you to place your palms flat to your left leg. Keep your back straight as you kind of hinge. And just kind of come forward onto that left knee, okay? So as soon as you start to come down, you're going to feel that in the back of your right leg, okay? So it's calling the shots, okay? You're only going to go as far as the hamstring will let you. So I want you to try to relax through your knee. I want you to keep that leg relaxed. Keep your toes relaxed. You might find that this is as high as you can go. You may also find that you can stretch down a little bit, maybe lowering down, maybe even taking your chin to your knee. And you might take your hands and reach for your toes, okay? You might not, and that's okay. What you might find is you try to reach down, but that's not going to work for you. You might start to rest your forearms on your knee. Get a little bit more of a stretch in the back of that right leg, okay? You're just going to have to go at how your body allows you and what feels good to you. But for a moment, I want you to think about this right knee. I want you to relax it, okay? Sometimes we tighten up a little bit. I want you to relax your knee. And if you're reaching for your toes and you've got your chin to your knee and you're really feeling this really awesome stretch right up the back of your right leg, you might want a little bit more, in which case you can walk your hands out a little bit away from the body. But if you do that, I want you to make sure that your right hip stays on the seat, because sometimes we want to lift up, and I want you to keep those hips pinned to the chair, okay? So you're just gonna walk the hands out a little bit and just stretch, and then you're gonna feel it a little bit more in the back of that leg, okay? Breathing is huge through a hamstring stretch. These are large muscle groups, so you need to breathe calmly. You need to try to breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and breathe out, 2, 3, 4. You want to stay here in the position wherever you are, whether it be hands out, maybe you have your hands on your toes, and maybe you're up here resting on your knee. You want to stay in this position and try to take 4 full breaths in and out before moving on. So just kind of keep that in mind and just kind of enjoy this little process, because when you get these hammies stretched, it is going to make that back feel better, and your whole body will feel a lot better from that. So I want you to take one more big breath in and exhale out. And from here, you're going to make your way back, okay? So if you've got your hands out, you're going to walk them back in. If they're on your foot, you're going to bring them up to your left knee. Light touch, and you're going to roll up as you breathe in using just your belly. Shoulders come up, then the head. So you're back to your upright position, and you did not use your back. You used your stomach. So I want you to wiggle your toes. We're going to work right here on a calf stretch. So I want you to take your toes on your right foot, pull them in towards your shin so that your calf stretches, and we're sitting up nice and tall. I want you to take a big breath in, bring your arms up, reach to the mountain, and as you exhale, release your arms down and release your right foot so that it comes back out normal. Wiggle your toes. Very good. Your calf is a small muscle, so you don't have to stretch it for very long, okay? So now, I want to work on a little bit of a hip stretch. This one can be kind of challenging for everyone. Since we're not together in person and we don't have props, if you have a hard time with the hip stretch, you can get a towel and roll a towel long ways and put it around your foot and hoist it up. So if you want to do that, that's an option. What we're going to do right now is take the right foot and just hook it over the left, okay? So you can see there's a little bit of space here, okay? There's a little bit of a pull for that right leg and that right hip. Now, you can stay right here, or you can bring your right foot up to rest on top of your left knee. And when you do that, I want you to make sure that your left knee is stacked over your left foot, okay? And we're gonna bring our hands together in a little bit of a prayer pose. So we're sitting up nice and tall, okay? Back is straight, core muscles are working. So you can see my knee's a little bit high. I have super tight hips, okay? This is something I have to work on all the time. So you might find that your knee is like nice and flush, which is awesome, okay? If you are experiencing that, that is just fantastic. That's what you want, okay? Because eventually I want to be able to do a pose where my feet and my legs just stack on top of each other. That's for much later, okay? So for right now, if you're feeling this in your right hip, might be a little bit intense, your knee is stretching, okay? So I want you to understand, you will feel this in that right knee. It stretches. You might feel it on the side of your leg, and then it could go into that right hip. You might also feel this around into your back side, like right where the low back and the top of your bottom meet, okay? So that's an option too. That's that sciatic area, and it can be a little bit tricky. So right here, I want you to spread the toes on your left foot. Really push your foot into the ground. Now I want you to take a big breath in, sitting up nice and tall, and exhale out. Relax through your knees. So you can stay just like this, or you can make it a little bit more challenging. When you breathe out the next time, you're gonna just lean into the stretch a little bit, And then you're really gonna feel it kind of wrap around your waist a little bit, okay? Might feel pretty intense, and you might feel like breathing is a little bit challenging, so you wanna just calm your mind, take a nice big breath in, and exhale out. It should be a light touch on your hands. Don't clench your jaws, and let your left foot take the weight of the stretch, okay? So you might find that you lower down and it's a little bit too intense, in which case you're going to use your stomach muscles to bring you back up to an upright position. However, if you're staying low and you're really experiencing that stretch around the hip area and the back side, you're going to find that it feels really good to release that tension back there. So I want you to kind of hang out here if you can. Take a big breath in and exhale out. Big breath in and exhale out. As you breathe in, I want you to bring the body up using the belly muscles, shoulders, then head. So you're back to an upright position. You can relax the hands down. And so from here, you're going to take your left foot down. And if you have your foot hooked at the ankle, you're going to unhook it and place the feet back flat. So now I want you to kind of take an evaluation of your body. You should feel much looser on the right side of your body than you do the left, okay? You can tell where you stretch those leg muscles and where you stretch through the hip, and it should hopefully feel really good to you. So now I want to do the other side. So we're going to work on this left leg. We're going to extend it out so that your heel is on the floor and your toes are up. You're sitting up nice and tall. We're going to breathe in and bring the arms up. You're going to reach always in a mountain. And when you exhale, you're going to bring your palms flat to your right knee, and you're just going to lean into the stretch, keeping your back flat. And you're going to let that hamstring call the shots, okay? So you're going to feel immediately, as soon as you start to lower down in this pose, you feel the stretch in the back of your left leg, okay? I want you to make sure your hips are in the chair, okay? Right foot is flat. So from here, you're going to ease into things. If this is as far as you can go, that's okay. That's perfect. You take a big breath in, and when you exhale, you might try to lean down a little bit and see how it feels. And if you need to raise back up, then you do. But I want you to keep your your left knee relaxed. You guys know I'm terrible with my left and right. I make those mistakes all the time. So from here, you might reach down and place your chin to your knee. You might reach for your right foot, and you might even walk your hands out kind of away from your body just to get a little bit more of a stretch, okay? So all of that you're really gonna feel in the back of that left leg. So I want you to keep your breathing steady, okay? We talk about this all the time in classes, just taking those nice big inhales and then exhaling all the way out until there's nothing left. And when you're in this pose and we're walking the hands out, make sure that left hip is still in the chair, all right? You don't want to raise up and come away. You want to keep everything firm to the chair. So right here, take a big breath in and exhale it out. Breathing in and out. As we breathe in, let's make our way back to our foot, hands back up to that right knee, and then you're gonna roll up using your stomach muscles. Shoulders come up, then the head. We're back to our upright position. Belly did the work. Left hamstring is nice and stretched, and your back feels good. So let's move on to that calf. I want you to pull your left set of toes in towards your shin. Breathe in, bring the arms up to a mountain pose. And when you exhale, release your arms down and release your left foot. Perfect. Wiggle your toes. Very good. Now we're going to work on that hip stretch for this left side. So for this time, this pose, I'm going to stay in the beginner position to show you guys how that looks. We did the more advanced position on the right side. I want you to do what feels good to you, okay? If you have your towel and you've rolled it up long ways and you're going to use it to hook your foot up, you can go ahead and do that. If you're gonna stay on the floor, take your left foot and just place it over that right foot, okay? So you just kind of got your ankles hooked, okay? You can kind of feel that pull in the left hip. Now, if you're gonna pull it all the way up without a towel, go ahead and do that. Make sure that your right knee is stacked over your right foot, and you wanna bring your hands into a prayer pose. So when you're here, this is what the more advanced position is gonna look like. If you've got your foot hooked at the ankle, this is where we are, okay? And it's still an awesome stretch, okay? So right here, I want you to take a nice big breath in and exhale out. Big breath in. And as you exhale, we're just gonna hinge at the waist, keeping the back straight, and just kind of lean into the stretch. Let your right foot take all of the weight. We're just gonna kind of work through the left hip here. Take a big breath in. And exhale out. So I want you guys to stay how you are. Practice your breathing. I'm going to move into the advanced position just to show. So as we come up and the foot is on the knee, when you have the hands together and you're leaning in, it's going to be a lot more intense. You've got to keep that breathing very steady. So big breath in and exhale out. Big breath in. Exhaling out. Try to relax through your lower half, okay, through your legs, your waist, and keep that breath flowing. So this time, guys, when you inhale, we're going to bring the body up using the stomach, shoulders, then head. And from here, you can release your hands. You can take your left foot down, and if it was hooked at the ankle, you're just going to unhook, bring your feet back nice and flat. And so right here, I want you to kind of take a moment and just assess. Think about hopefully how nice your body feels, okay? You're from the waist down, you should feel pretty flexible and feel pretty good, and hopefully that'll help take some tension off that low back. So that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys are, keeping safe. I want you guys to be healthy, and I'm sure probably getting a little bit bored, but that's okay. We're gonna get through this, and I'll make another video in a couple of days. I'll see you guys later.